Hey everybody, welcome to the Frankfort Report. It is February 26th, 2025, and wow. I made the thumbnail before I read the news today, and it seems to me that I'm a little bit behind on things, but here we go. It's a good day, I think. I think we have good news today. Is it good news, everybody? Is it good news that the tariffs are on pause again? Why did they announce it now? Why did they not wait till closer to the tariff date? It literally goes against everything that I was saying yesterday, where Trump is going to just be a man of his word, act like a bully, and just put the tariffs on. And now he's paused them again, which is just, I think, just more chaos, right? More of the same fucking chaos. And who the fuck needs that? Good day, dumb money. Where's Derry? Derry is here at the furniture store where I basically live nowadays. Happy Wednesday, Kyle Gregory, if those are both your first names. Are those both your first names? Is that a middle name? Anyways, welcome to the show. Hit the like button, share something, do something, say something in the chat. Do me a favor. Let's get this out to a few more people, but holy cow. Tariffs are on pause. What a wonderful day. Maybe. I'm unsure if I almost would rather, you know how when you're selling, they say, a no is just as good as a yes, right? Because it's a definite answer. We don't want maybes. We want yeses and nos. At least if it's a no, you move on, and that's that, right? But when you're in this middle ground, right? When you're in maybe land or coming soon land or not sure what the fuck it even looks like land, it can be a little bit chaotic. All right, people are not going to feel like they can make a decision still, right? This is going to have effects on the real estate market big time, right? Because we already see that it's kind of fucked up right now, right? It feels fucked up. D-Trent's on hiatus. Everybody's disappearing. Nobody knows what's going on, and this is just how it is. I really wonder, how do you decide to come see the show and just leave right away? Like, you don't even give me 20 seconds to say anything. You don't even let me get on a roll and you're already gone. What is going through your head? Why did you come? Right? Did you expect me, what did you expect me to do in the first 2 minutes? Honest to fucking God. What is wrong with some people? Why you come? It's like you walk in my house and then you just leave. Look, this is not a good show. It's not the best show. It's not the worst show. We're having some fun here. We're talking shit. But there's some stuff going on in the world, and that's why you're here, I think, because you really want to get a different perspective on the crazy world that we live in from another guy that is just willing to share what's on his mind constantly. We are here, Darryl, and I appreciate you, Sheridan Forbes. Best name in baseball, by far. All right, guys. So, big news, right? President Trump announces he's delaying tariffs. I got a whole setup here for you guys. Unfortunately, it's at the furniture store. It's not my normal setup. I'm struggling a little bit. Bear with me. I think it's going to work out okay. All right. President Trump announces he's delaying the tariffs on Canada for another month. At this point, I'm convinced he's just trolling the liberals for his own enjoyment. There won't be annexing. There won't be any tariffs. All he wants is to watch liberals melt, and it's working. Is that true? Is that all he wants? I don't buy it. I don't think that that's true at all. I truly don't think that that is true at all. I wasn't sure if it was true what I was reading, so I had to make sure that I at least got it from one other source. And how's my audio today, guys? Are we okay for audio? Does it sound a little crazy, a little too loud maybe, a little too hollow? We okay? Everybody happy today? Are we in a good place, everybody? Trump's delays tariffs again. Exactly. That's what we're talking about, Jeff. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Donald Trump says the 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico is now set for April 2nd. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good to know. April 2nd. So now we live in chaos for a little bit longer while we wait to see what the hell Mr. Trump is going to do next with the tariffs. Sounds good? Okay, amazing. Thank you. Sorry about the background, everybody. Sorry about the background. This is my father-in-law's furniture store. So if you're in Toronto and you want a good deal, you know the story. We're going out of business. Come on down. 920 Caledonia Road, Unit 2A. There is still some stuff here. Nice stuff here. Get your sofas, get your tables, get your chairs. We got some lamps. We got some carpets. We got some artwork. We got racking. You need some racking? You need a forklift? We got all kinds of stuff. So come on down. Check out Crazy Darryl's sale at Shelter Furniture, 920 Caledonia Road. Check it out. All right. So thank you for that. Our sponsor, my father-in-law, President Trump delaying the tariffs. What a thing. Do we think that this is good news, my friends, or is this bad news, everybody? What do you think? How do you feel about the tariffs being on pause again? Because to me, it just seems like, I don't know what the hell. I guess it's just more of the same. More of us going, I don't know what to do about this tariff thing. I don't know how these tariffs work. I don't know what it's going to do to the economy. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Who is going to come out on top? Rose Overdose is here. Show us how high you can bounce on the beds. I need at least 2 feet of bounce to consider a mattress. Well, unfortunately, the beds are gone. We got a few mattresses here, but they're up against the wall. I won't be bouncing off of them. That sounds like it would hurt. We're honestly better not to be getting trolled. This is frustrating. No shit, Kyle Gregory, Mr. Two First Names. No shit. It is frustrating. I mean, imagine if you were, I don't know what you do for a living. Maybe you do it for a living. Maybe you don't have to imagine, but imagine if you were sending goods back and forth to the United States every single day. Imagine you were this guy. I didn't want to go to this video now, but it seems like just a great segue. Imagine if you're this guy right here. One moment, please. I'm just queuing up the video. But this is what's going on.
If these tariffs come in and they look like they're going to stay, we pretty well have 2 options. We'll either sell to...
I hope you guys weren't hearing that. You probably were. I apologize.
These tariffs come in and they look like they're going to stay. We pretty well have 2 options.
One moment, please. Is it all fucked up, guys? I'm sorry. My son's not here. I don't have a tech support today. I apologize. It sounds like it's super loud to me. Check this out, though. This is what's happening to Canadian businesses.
We'll either sell to...
God damn it.
If these tariffs come in and they look like they're going to stay, we pretty well have 2 options. We'll either sell to a U.S. company, and there's lots of interest, or we'll look at moving the business to the U.S. I'm Darren Smith, president of Just Some Tool Company here in Moncton, New Brunswick. We manufacture woodworking tools and accessories. We export over 90% of what we produce. We always do over 80% of our business in the United States. If this tariff comes in, it's not going to raise the price to the American consumer. We have great competition in the U.S., manufactured in the U.S., and they make a high-quality product. Our customers, I can't blame them. They would just purchase product made in the U.S. I've always been grateful to be able to sell in the U.S. market. And I love Americans. I love America. I consider us best friends. I don't like the way my government has been insulting the current president for the past 9 years and his supporters. It insults me too because I like him.
Okay, well, this part's a bunch of horseshit. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I like Trump. I'm not insulted by any of the stuff he's doing. But I suppose if my business was directly impacted like this guy's was, I'd have a problem. But this guy is the epitome of Canadian business in its current form. Anybody that does 80% business with anything is foolish, right? It doesn't take a genius to see what could possibly happen if you have, 2 customers or 5 customers or even 100 customers. But if one of them is 80% of your business, either you're constantly under their control, right? Or you're fucked at some point. Or a combination of both simultaneously all the time, right? So, I mean, it's not I mean, if you're in New Brunswick, I mean, I don't know how many local, but I don't start selling your stuff across Canada. Is there not? I don't know what kind of volume he does. The problem is he does 80% with the States. Okay. I don't know who. I mean, I guess under normal conditions, this makes sense. Okay. I'm sure it's not one customer in the States, it's one country. But let this be a lesson to everybody out there that imports and exports. Don't put your eggs in, one giant bloody basket. It's just stupid.
I like Donald Trump. The United States and the different states and communities, they look at business a little bit differently. They actively pursue business. They appreciate business. Canada, it seems like you're a necessary evil here. The reason I decided to speak out is I've got 65 employees and they have families, and I hate to see them lose their job. I think my government should be trying a little bit harder to work with them and not playing politics all the time.
You see, not playing politics all the time. People are fed up with this government because they're all getting fucked. But, I mean, people are also stupid, right? Do we not all agree that it's really stupid to have 80% of your business going to one country, especially in this day? I mean, especially if you're in another country, right? Like, why not have more in your current country where you are? That just seems like it makes sense. Maybe it's because we got all these trade barriers here in Canada. We make it hard on ourselves to make money in our own country. But that's just more stupid politics. We got to get rid of these politicians. They're just really fucking up the whole country. It's truly unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. So we have, as part of this, we have, we talked about it yesterday. It's in the title. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, right? We are not going to have a bounce back, right? Tiff Macklem, there's no bounce back. Things can go from bad to worst real fast. Now, don't forget, we're on Shazzy Goalie, so it's going to be very, very negative and scary. With Trump's 25% tariff ceiling hitting most goods next week, the Bank of Canada, this is old news. Old news, doesn't matter, but I mean, it's still relevant, right? Like the video, I think, is still relevant.
More than a shock. The economic consequences of a protracted trade conflict would be severe, but it would be very different, a very different shock than the COVID-19 shock. In the pandemic, we had a steep recession followed by a rapid recovery as the economy reopened. This time, if tariffs are long-lasting and broad-based, there won't be a bounce back.
There won't be a bounce back. Tiff Macklem is sure. So what does that mean? There's probably going to be a substantial bounce back, okay? This is what I will take from it. I think we should look at Tiff Macklem like opposite George, okay? Whatever he says, do the opposite, and you are sure to be safe.
We may eventually regain our current rate of growth, but the level of output will be permanently lower.
I just don't know how he is so certain about this. It's really bothering me, okay? And we talked about it yesterday. I don't understand why there aren't ways to make this up. Is it really... I really... Can somebody tell me, what am I missing? Like, is it really that hard? I'm going to come in here to this furniture store and I'm going to close it in a few weeks, okay? Because I decided I was going to. Do we not have people in the government who can just decide that they wanna make this work? They want to make new trade agreements. They want to make Canada great again. They want to actually make some money here in Canada and not, maybe help the people of Canada get wealthier. That would be cool. Is this not something that is realistic? Why is Tiff so certain? God damn it. What are you guys saying? you guys saying anything interesting in the chat? I'd like to know. Anything like worth looking at here in the chat? It's looking like Canada has made its bed. What does that mean? Out of all the YouTube monkeys, you're my favorite. David Kanya. I love you, David. It's looking like Canada's made its bed. And what does that mean? We get to sleep in it too? Trump is the man. This guy, like the ultimate roast man, he literally roasting a whole country. Well, I don't see that. Interprovincial barriers, Darryl. I can't sell Ontario goods like alcohol, for example, in Quebec. Who was I was on the phone with somebody today who was saying that they couldn't get BC wine here in Ontario. Is that true? I don't drink wine. I certainly don't need to look for BC wine. Is this a thing? Can I not get BC wine here in Ontario? Steve Karrasch says I should take a fixed variable. What do you think, Gary? A fixed variable? I don't know. A fixed variable. On what? For how much money? I don't have a clue. I don't know. If you live in Ontario, it's easier to do business across the border. Too much red tape in Canada. Productivity and competition are a sin in Canada, sadly. Okay? Tiff Macklem doesn't know what he's talking about. I believe that's true. Steve Karrasch is here. What the fuck is going on? Am I wearing my Steve Karrasch shirt? Damn. I was going to wear my Steve Karrasch shirt today. I just had a feeling. Well, I'm saving it for our discussion tomorrow. What's going on, Steve? Fixed. Yeah, fixed. Fixed for how long? Steve Karrasch is the best Bert lookalike on the West Coast. What the fuck does that mean? Steve Karrasch is the best. Dumb Money. How is Dumb Money and Steve Karrasch here at the same time? I thought this is like seeing Superman and Clark Kent simultaneously at the same time. This just shouldn't happen. How are you doing it, Steve? Do you have a laptop and a phone open right now? Is this what's going on? I feel like I've gone into a different dimension. Like if you touch yourself in the future or in the past or something, I feel like there's ripples. Anyways, so Tiff, I guess, doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, right? This is the word on the street. This is how I think. I think he doesn't know what the hell to do. I don't think he ever knew what the hell to do. Anyways, no bounce back. No bounce back, says the Bank of Canada. We're fucked if tariffs come in. It's bad for Canada. Bad, bad, bad. What about, here, let's watch. I got two videos here. I got bad for Canada scenario and good for Canada scenario. How about we look at the bad for Canada scenario first? One moment, please.
Trump's tariffs aren't a trade tactic. This is economic warfare aimed at reshaping global...
Sorry, I'm trying my best here. This is a makeshift operation today. You'll have to forgive me. Okay, this is the bad scenario for Canada with tariffs. Here we go.
Trump's tariffs aren't a trade tactic. This is economic warfare aimed at reshaping global trade, and Canada is about to get steamrolled. For weeks now, we've had Trudeau's cabinet ministers stumbling over their words, pretending they have no clue what Trump's up to with these tariffs. And the media? Well, half of them are running around with this absurd idea that Trump has no grand plan, that he's just winging it with a vanity project. But don't be fooled. The man literally has an entire strategy laid out in black and white. Have you ever heard of Stephen Mirren? Probably not, because our media refuses to cover anything that doesn't fit their narrative. This guy isn't some random talking head. He's a Harvard-trained economist, a former senior advisor to the U.S. Treasury, and now Trump's nominee for the Council of Economic Advisors. And he's written a whole blueprint explaining how Trump plans to use these tariffs as a weapon, and not just against Canada, but to reshape the entire global economic system. How, you ask? America has a trade report that's been tabled in Congress every year since the Clinton administration. It lists all of the countries alphabetically and the specific protectionist measures that they're using to restrict U.S. trade access. Now, we'll just focus on Canada. This list has been very consistent over the last 30 years. Americans do not like our supply management agreement, which limits agriculture and food production. They hate the Broadcast Act, our Telecom Act, and they really don't like our protectionism in the banking sector, all because these limit American access to our economy. And what did Trump say on his call with Trudeau the other day when he granted us this 30-day extension? He said, let's talk about banking and telecom. so the door has already been opened. Mirren spells it out quite clearly. The US thinks.
So basically what this guy is saying is that if you think Trump's a goof, okay, and you think that he is just flexing his muscles and being a dumbass, you couldn't be more wrong. That he is playing 5D chess. He's got a whole plan. He has played this out with his advisors, and he is doing exactly what he was planning on doing. And he's got these guys here who seem to be fairly well educated, fairly well experienced, advising him on what to do.
Think that it has been too generous for decades, letting other countries enjoy easy access to its market while they put up barriers to American businesses. They believe the system has hollowed out the American manufacturing industry and overvalued the US dollar, making it harder for them to compete globally. So this is Trump's ultimate plan. He's taking this list, sorting the allies from the adversaries, and strategically wielding tariffs to reshape global trade. The enemies will be isolated through economic pressure and other means. As for his so-called allies, tariffs will be used as leverage to crack open their protectionist policies and force open their markets to American businesses. And this isn't just about trade. Like I said, this is about constructing a new global economic order.
So basically, I think what he is talking about and what's going on, and it's evident here in Canada, is that the state seems to, open its market up to everybody, and most other countries have ways of keeping the United States out of their countries. So, for example, the banking system in Canada, there are no U.S. banks here. I don't care about that list that went around that had 12 U.S. banks here. Those are not banks, okay? There should be U.S. banks on every single corner across from every Canadian bank in the entire country. And there isn't. And that just doesn't seem right, at least from the United States perspective. And then if we start talking about stuff like milk and dairy and lumber and all that shit, well, from their perspective, they're like, you guys are fucking us. Enough's enough. We just want, like Trump said, we want reciprocity. We want equalization. We want it to be fair, right? We don't want everybody fucking us all the time.
And they're not only going to use the military like these past empires, they're going to use raw economic power to strong-arm the world into submission. It's essentially globalism 2.0 built to serve America first. And guess what? Canada is at the front line. We've had decades of privileged access to the US market, and now Trump is saying exactly that. That was a privilege, not a right. So we're about to get hit pretty hard. Big banks are warning of a 3+% drop in our GDP, which will fall somewhere between $80 billion and $100 billion annually. And while some estimates expect Canada to lose 200,000 jobs, Doug Ford is out here warning that Ontario could lose over 500,000 alone. And while he may be indulging in hyperbole, it's clear that the economy and Canadians will suffer. So what's the plan? Well, let's put the border solutions aside because we know they're only part of the short-term equation. When these tariffs return, the Liberal Party wants to go toe-to-toe with Trump, a dollar-for-dollar tariff war, which he's promised will only result in more tariffs. And if we're being logical about this, he's the elephant and we're the ant. We don't survive this fight. As for how they want to bolster the economy, leaders like Trudeau and even Doug Ford are spouting off about pandemic-style bailouts. Literally, the last thing we need to do is continue printing money and running deficits that will take generations to fix.
See, that's what I was talking about yesterday, and I thought that I had heard that numerous times, that it was like it. So the government wants to do a COVID-style bailout. They want to pump liquidity into the market any which way they can. Don't worry, you're going to be fine. We're here for you. Get ready. And the Bank of Canada is saying it's not going to be the same kind of response as COVID, okay? We just can't do that. So I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I don't know what the fuck's going on, quite honestly. And I mean, neither does anybody else when you see the next video. But let me finish this one because I think everything that this guy says makes a lot of sense, right? Does anybody not think that this makes a lot of sense?
So here's the bottom line. Canada is asleep at the wheel while the US is rewriting the global economic rules. And we can't just afford to sit by and hope that it gets better or print money to buy our way out of this. We need leadership that will stand up for Canadians, fight for our industries, leverage our natural resources, diversify our trading partners, and stop selling us out at every turn. Otherwise, we're about to get generationally steamrolled.
Generationally steamrolled. Okay, exactly. And this is what I was saying before. It's like, why don't we just reroute everything, make new trade agreements, change things, do things different? Hello? Hello? Anybody home? What the fuck is going on? Okay, let's see. I double liked. Appreciate that. Okay. Oh, Steve Karish still talking. Okay, let's see. Okay. Steve Karish, fixed. Jeff O'Toole. Steve Karish is the best Bert lookalike. Didn't figure out what that means, although Steve agreed. David Kanya, ha ha ha. Dumb money. Karish in the house. Oh, funny. Like you're not in the same house. BC Wine would put Niagara out of business. Is that a fact? Are you coming to Toronto with bottles of Niagara wine? I have some fantastic Niagara wine at my house. I would accept that challenge. I would love to have you over, Steve. When are you coming? Stop going to just Tom Story's house every time you're in town. What the fuck? Okay, O'Toole, I vote you be cleared and allowed back on the second best. Okay. Hit the like button, folks. Thank you, Sheridan. I double liked. I wear my band with pride. What the hell are you even talking about? Free Jeff O'Toole. Okay, is anything happening out here in the chat? Because I'm bored. Anybody bored? Okay, D. Frankfort is really D. Trent. Karish. That doesn't make any sense. Sorry. I might have the nerve. The Burt. Okay, I don't understand. What's going on? Karish is the best. Karish is the best. Okay, we're back to the Karish show. Sheridan is right. Canadian peso, Canadian peso, Canadian peso. Okay, well, okay. So we just saw how bad it's looking for Canada from that guy's perspective. But funny enough, I found this video almost right after that one. So let me cue it up, baby. I'm a one-man wrecking ball. I hope Canada you can't hear this shit. I think you are, and that really sucks. I'm sorry about that. Here we go. Are you ready? This is the good version for Canada.
All right, look, I have nothing against Canada whatsoever, but some of you Canadians need to come back to fucking reality.
It is 3 a.m, and you guys have tagged me in this like 300 times. I don't want to do this, but I guess we're going to have to.
Like, stop with this. Oh, we'll get into a trade war with you. You will be fucking crushed. I'm not saying militarily. I'm not saying we're going to conquer you. I'm not saying we're going to make you the 51st state. Economically, we will crush you.
Yeah, you're really going to crush us there when a majority of your states rely on Canadian goods as a large percentage of their imports to their state. Like pretty much almost all of the Midwest as well as the Northeast relies on Canada for their goods in order to succeed and be successful. Yeah, you're really going to crush us here, dude.
And no, this isn't American bravado. This is just an economic reality. Imports from Canada represent 3% of U.S. GDP.
Yeah, like that's all good and fine and stuff, but you're also seemingly ignoring that only 13%, around up to 14% of the United States GDP is imports. So if we're 3% of that, we're roughly 25% of the imports of your GDP. So like, you see what I mean? Like you're comparing it to the wrong number. In addition, out of all your imports, Canada and Mexico represents 29-30% of your imports. And when you add China into the mix, it's another 13% on top of that. So almost half. Almost half of your imports come from these three countries. Despite it only being 13 or 14% of your GDP, it is still a significant amount of money that you would not be getting anymore if you were to lose it.
However, 75% of your Canadian exports come to the U.S.
So while that's like kind of technically true that, you know, we overwhelmingly export to the United States specifically, but that's not an indictment of us and our country and how reliant we are on you. This is an indictment in yourself because you still need to buy $439 billion of goods that you cannot produce yourself. And before you say, well, we absolutely can produce it ourselves, that's why the tariffs are there, blah, 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 blah. You can't, otherwise you would.
See, this guy's making some good points. Are you with me here? Are you enjoying this? I mean, I don't know if I want to bore you with the entire video, but this guy just keeps knocking point after point after point out as to why Canada won't be crushed by the United States tariffs. And so, I mean, I personally love this video because I think, I mean, Don't we all want to hear good news about Canada in regards to tariffs? Don't we want to hear that there is some hope in this thing? Don't we want to hear? And I'm just going to keep playing it, you bastards.
If you were able to produce it yourself, it would be overwhelmingly cheaper to do so domestically than to ship it in from another country. You can't produce it yourself, so luckily your friendly neighbor to the north has a lot of the things that you need: lumber, bricks, uranium, iron, oil, energy, all of these things you need to build your stuff. So we give it to you because it's convenient and it's right there.
U.S. exports to Canada represent 20% of the Canadian GDP.
A lot of our imports do come from the United States. Oh, wait, wrong import. Yeah, a lot of our imports do come from the...
What was that?
A lot of our imports do come from the...
Majority of illegal guns in Canada. How do illegal guns get into Canada? Straw purchasers, individuals who buy guns for people who are... Oh, I see. Okay. So that's funny.
In the United States. Oh, wait, wrong import. Yeah, a lot of our imports do come from the United States. A big chunk of our imports directly come from the United States. But this is kind of the stuff we're getting from the United States. Pre-made vehicles, machinery, mineral fuels, oils, and distillers products, electrical equipment, plastics, food. A lot of this stuff is stuff that we can build and recreate in Canada relatively quickly with little change to our supply chains. The only thing really is some foods. We can't grow a lot of things that are grown in warmer climates, but ultimately, a lot of these things, including vehicles, which is a large percentage of the American imports into Canada, we can build in Canada and already have the supply chains to do so.
That is such an important point, okay? And I don't remember if we talked about it yesterday. You remind me if we talked about it yesterday, but I know I was talking to somebody about this already. The thing is here is that we are the American supply chain for automobiles, okay? We are the American automobile industry right now. And like Trump has said, those stupid fuckers in the States, those stupid fucking politicians sold out their country and allowed it to come here to Canada. And yes, they can take it back from us, okay? They can start retooling and opening up all their factories on their side of the border, and they can fuck us. But the truth of the matter is we're already set up to do it. So if they decide to disappear, am I cutting out? Am I cutting out? What are you saying, Hamla? We love you, Darryl. Keep it up. What are you saying? Am I cutting out, friends? Are we having an internet issue here? I am on the Wi-Fi. Are we okay? Is the sound cutting out? Somebody tell me what the fuck is going on out there. Are we good? I'm just going to keep going until somebody else says something. Are we good? Hamla? Hamla. 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 Okay. You're kosher, Hamla. Get it? You're kosher, Hamla. Anyways. Okay, what was I saying? So couldn't we just say, okay, like we're going to build these Fords here. We're going to call them the Fraud. Oh, that's not good. F-R-O-D. I just switched the R in the order. Maybe something other than Ford, okay? You get the point. We're going to build under a different name with the same stuff, with the same plants, with the same parts from the same suppliers, and sell it internally across the country, okay? We're just going to do that now. You put 100% tariffs on our cars. We stop buying American cars. We stop sending all the parts to the States. We start doing it here. And we call it Canada Motors. Okay? I'm still cutting out, eh? That fucking sucks. Yes. The official new ranking. Okay. You just shut the fuck up, dumb money. You're cutting out. Okay. If I am cutting out, that really sucks. Should I stop the show? I'm cutting out again. Is this for real? Is it the sound or is it the internet? God fucking damn it. Well, maybe I should just end it here because it sucks. Should I end it here because it sucks? We're losing everybody. I'm cutting out. This is not good. I didn't think about this. I didn't think about a hard wire from here. I can't do it from here. Dumb Money, you're banned. You're gone. That's it. Sound might have to stop. Well, that's not going to be good. I'm good, says Real Silva. Silva? You sound fine, says Dumb Money. Okay. Well, I don't hear cutting out. Hamla, you son of a bitch. Maybe you're cutting out. God fucking damn it. All right. Well, here we go. Now that we lost half the fucking audience because of Hamla. Hamla, you're banned. Dumb Money, you're banned. All right. Rose Overdose. What are you talking about? You're closing this account and you're disappearing. What the fuck's that all about? Is Steve Karrasch really still here? Why are you just checking out, making you want to know? You want to know what the real good shows are doing, right? A little bit of subterfuge. Anyways, D Trent is here apparently. Hello, D Trent. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be taking a month off, but I guess since tariffs are on pause, then welcome back. Thank you for being here. Anyways, we're just going through the different perspectives on Canada and how we're going to hold up if there are tariffs. And I guess we get another goddamn month to try and guess what the hell's happening, as I imagine everything here just keeps grinding, and grinding. Okay? As more and more businesses go out of business, people go bankrupt, houses go power of sale, and people can't decide whether or not to pull the trigger on anything substantial. Now it seems like it's probably getting hard to pull the trigger on things that aren't substantial. So, what the fuck? We hold up like shit. What does that mean, D. Trent? What does that mean? Anyways, let's go back to this guy because I kind of like it. Quite honestly, I like the positivity.
In layman's terms, that spells out that you need us a hell of a lot more than we need you.
I think so far we made it pretty clear that America needs us more than we need them. But let's continue.
It's also in terms that we can economically devastate you a lot more than you can hurt us.
Where are you going to get 1.5 million barrels of oil a day?
Where? Who has an extra 1.6 million barrels of oil just kicking around, ready to sell to you? Can they increase production by that much locally? Can they source it from other places? I mean, they did make deals with Ukraine and Russia, so maybe we're kind of fucked.
It's now over 51%. It's 61% of your oil supply. Where are you going to get that? And don't say from your own domestic production, because we know that's a lie. Where are you going to get 1.5 million barrels per day?
Where?
Oh, and you Canadians are going to turn off our power? Your utility companies are $60 billion in debt. You can't afford to not sell us power.
This is crazy, okay? This is crazy. Oh, I'm glad we're going to see this part, because this is going to trigger a story. Get ready for a story, everybody.
A company's ability to hold debt isn't an indication of how easy it isn't for us to turn off the power to the United States. The thing I think you're forgetting is that Canada provides roughly 60 terawatts of electricity to the United States every single year, and that is enough electricity to power the entire city of New York for 6 consecutive months. Canada absolutely could cut off the power to the United States, and it would cause rolling blackouts across the northeastern seaboard. Might be something you guys want to think about before you kind of poke that Canadian bear, you think? And also, real quick, the reason that our utility companies are in so much debt is because we sell power to the United States for dirt cheap. Way cheaper than we should be charging it. So maybe we won't cut off the power. Maybe we'll just make it way more expensive for you to purchase said power.
According to a recent survey by your media, more than half of Canadian companies are considering moving their operations to the United States.
That would be crazy if it actually came from a reliable source. This came from
this is whatever.
Survey from KPMG.
Anyways, the point is there are two distinctly different arguments on either side of the tariff business, and they both make a lot of sense to me, right? They all make a lot of sense to me. Now, this is a kind of interesting video, okay, because we keep talking about the borders, and the borders being a big part of the problem here, and the borders being one way that Canada can get rid of this tariff nonsense. And I don't think that there's anybody that still believes this to be a fact. I don't think that there's anybody that really believes that the border is the real issue here, that this whole thing is about. But, you know, he's made a big deal about the border numerous times. He's thrown it out there like a carrot that if we do certain things at the border, we don't have to worry about tariffs. So check this out, because I saw this video and this makes a lot of sense to me, quite honestly.
This video is for Donald Trump. If you're not Donald Trump, feel free to scroll along. Hey, Donald.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'm sure that was a little screwed up. Welcome to the worst show on earth. Thank you very much.
This video is for Donald Trump. If you're not Donald Trump, feel free to scroll along. Hey, Donald, it seems you're having trouble understanding how borders work, so I thought I'd give you like a little quick 30-second explanation. Okay, it'll be fast. This is us in Canada. This is you in the province of America. Now, when there are drugs coming across the border, I agree, that's bad. Although, actually, with fentanyl, only 1% of it comes from Canada. But what are we talking about? Facts, am I right? So, anyway, when drugs are coming across the border into your province of America here, like come from Canada coming in, which I know you're very concerned about, whose border do they cross when they're going from Canada to the US? Whose border guards are responsible for protecting that border? Whose drug dogs are supposed to sniff that out? Which country's government officials are responsible again? Here's how borders work. When we come into your country, it's you guys checking stuff, huh? When you come into our country, it's our guys checking stuff. If there's a problem with drugs entering your country, fire your border guards and get better ones. Hope this helps.
So certainly, you know, the messenger wasn't ideal. Take that for whatever you think that means. But, I mean, it's true, isn't it? They're supposed to make sure that shit doesn't come into their country, right? I mean, we're supposed to make sure it doesn't come into ours first, but from their our country to their country is technically their responsibility, is it not? That's embarrassing, says D. Trent. Okay. Ha ha ha. Province of America. Did you catch that? The province of America? I like that. That guy must live in BC. I would imagine he lives in Vancouver. Welcome back. I prefer to have you around to help. I sold all my AI stocks yesterday, cashing up to buy more real estate. You got it half right. Cashing in is good. Real estate is bad, says D. Trent. Although he has, I believe, D. Trent has backed my project in Forest Hill as a winner. Anyways, what else is going on here? So, you know, I think this all kind of... here. I've got a public... Oh, God, I have so many things here. What am I doing today? I'm all over the map. I had it all laid out in like a really good order that made a lot of sense. And what did I do? I did not follow it at all. Here, I got some funny videos for us to watch together, friends. Let's see. This is a great executive order from our fearless leader, Mr. Donald Trump. Let me get this queued up for all of us here. Pause that. Switch the screen. Press le bouton.
This executive order is the fuck around and find out order, also known as the FAFO. This order is for everyone who fucked around and will now find out.
Hold it. This is a good one. Is everybody listening?
This executive order is the...
I don't know. I like that. Sorry if you didn't like that. I thought it was cute. The Fuck Around and Find Out Act has been passed. What about this one? This is a public service announcement to all the single men out there, or I suppose married men
back a car
on the prowl. If you are looking for a woman as something that you would like to do, then here's a public service announcement for you.
If you see a woman back a car into a parking space, go the other way. That's a dude. That's a dude. If she backs her car into a parking space, I don't care what she look like getting out. That's a dude.
That's a dude. Okay? If she is parking her car backwards, that's a dude. Let's think about that for 1 second. Okay? Maybe 2 seconds. But I don't know. Do you know any women that back their cars in? I don't. I don't even know anybody that really. Actually, I back the car in from every once in a while. And my wife tells me, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you backing in, you moron?" It's actually easier, in my opinion. Okay, last funny. Oh, no. No, not the last funny one. But this is good. Okay, this is somebody answering what kind of job they have. And I really want you to pay attention to this. Like, who doesn't have this job right now? Okay? This is a guy talking about, he's describing his job or modern jobs, okay? Let me switch it here so you can see what I'm seeing.
Some people ask what I do for work. I'm like, I email. I got one of those email jobs. Someone, this is really what I do all week. Someone sends me an email, and then I send it to somebody else. I go, hey, can you respond back to this? That's all I do. And you get paid. Hey, could you provide some clarification? And you just forward it. And so if you guys need any help, any tips, let me know.
If you need any help or any tips, please let that guy know, right? I mean, isn't that the epitome of most people's work nowadays? Is like you get an email and then either you just respond to the email or you need somebody else to give you some information so that you can respond to the email, right? Is that not basically most of it? Keep enough Meathead too. What about me? I think Alberta's going to join, maybe. What's going on? What are you guys talking about? I see Meathead. Me? Sorry, I had to say listening to all the bullshit for the last 30 minutes. What? What? What the fuck? What are you talking about? What are you guys talking about in the chat? You're talking about me? 30 minutes? 30 minutes? The Free Jeff O'Toole fan club? What is going on in the chat, guys? Honestly, it's like a bloody circus over there. Okay, one last video that I'm going to play for you guys that's just to get our spirits up and our energy levels up right now. I think it's that part of the show. We need a little bit of a break, a little bit of a energy booster. Are you ready? Are you ready for some energy? I'm ready for some energy. I hope this works out okay, sound-wise. I'm sure this whole episode is just an absolute disaster. But hey, what are you going to do? Here we go. Ready? A little bit of an energy boost. I think this will be part of our daily videos, our daily prayers.
They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
Boom. You hear what they're saying? They, them, energy.
They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
Don't you just feel better now? Don't you just feel a little bit more energized? Well, that was the point. That was the point. Okay, what do we got here? We got the border problems we spoke about. We talked about the no bounce back, right? No bounce back, no chance for a bounce back. Looking for this on Spotify now. My rents are going up, either tenants. What are you looking for? Justice for Jeff. Rents are starting to crash. I feel bad. I don't know what is going on here. The great dumb money. I hope they leave without doing damage. They, them, energy. Was that concert downtown Victoria? I have no idea. I don't know where it came from. but it is funny as hell. Oh, this is a big story. I can't believe I didn't lead with this one. This is big. This is a great fucking idea. Imagine if Canada did this, like, for years. Remember when Canada used to be the country that everybody wanted to immigrate to? Do you remember that? Do you remember? Like, we used to be the best place on earth. Everybody wanted to come here. None of the immigrants were trying to leave. They were all just flooding here, right? Everything was wonderful, okay? Now, Donald Trump comes up with what I think could be a overpriced but brilliant solution to all kinds of things. Check this shit out.
We're going to be doing something else that's going to be very, very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before or anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to say a couple of words about it?
Sure.
Mr. President, are there
Wait a
any
minute.
requirements for that
Hang on a
gold
sec.
card? Do you have to invest a certain amount of money in this country in order to qualify for that gold card?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Go
the
ahead.
EB-5 program was really, you lend some money, but it was full of nonsense, make-believe, and fraud, and it was a way to get a green card that was low priced. So the president said, rather than having this sort of ridiculous EB-5 program, we're going to end the EB-5 program. We're going to replace it with the Trump Gold Card, which is really a green card gold. So they'll be able to pay $5 million to the U.S. government. They'll have to go through vetting, of course. We're going to make sure they're wonderful, world-class global.
So do you not think that this is a good idea? Selling citizenship to the United States? I don't know about the price tag, okay? But you're bringing people in regardless, okay? So like I was saying yesterday or the day before, why not bring in good people, right? Why not bring in people that are good for the economy? And I guess the people they're targeting are super uber wealthy. But listen, this will generate some income for sure. This is going to be helpful. And maybe other countries will follow suit and they'll think it's a good idea. And all of a sudden, all these countries will have new revenue streams from letting good people that they want into their countries. Is this not a good idea? It's true. You're right, Darryl, says D. Trent. What am I right about? I love hearing that I'm right, but I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Please tell me what I'm right about. When you money, no card matters. Okay, I don't know what that means. Dairy's ranking is falling faster than Tesla stock. Okay, well, I think there's only one person that cares about those rankings, so it doesn't matter. He's going in and crushing fraud. He's a doer. Like him or hate him, he's a man of action. Excuse me. Yeah, exactly. He's getting shit done. He's gonna clean house. He's gonna make a mess. Everybody's gonna feel it. And then, hopefully, things start to get better, right? And hopefully, he does it at lightning speed, like the way he's currently moving, and everything is fixed and finished in 4 months from now. And everything can go berserk, and I can make a lot of money. That sounds great to me. No, you are not right. What am I not right about? What am I right about, and what am I not right about? Somebody please help me. Somebody please tell me. Give me some direction, please. What am I missing? Other than a good show, what am I missing? Please tell me. Well, if you're not going to answer me, I don't know what to do. I have to go. I did not prepare once again for this show. It was a bad show. I apologize. It was on the fly. Maybe there's just too many of this damn show already. Maybe every goddamn night is way too much. Or maybe this is perfect the way that it is. This is the best live stream. Well, I appreciate that. I thought you just said that I was talking shit for half an hour. Isn't that what you said? And then you said I'm right about something. So, anyways, of course it's the best live stream. There's no other fucking live streams. Are there any other live streams? I don't know. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here again. I really appreciate it. Sorry about how horribly crappy a show this was. My sincerest apologies. Thank you for being here. I am so thoroughly unimpressed with myself today. You've improved since the banana episode. Okay. Wasn't that just yesterday? 2 days ago? This was a good stream, Darryl. Was it? Was it really? All right. Well, appreciate that, everybody. Once again, thank you for being here. I'm sorry I got to cut it short. As you can see, I'm at the furniture store. I'm not in my normal office. I am tired. Now I got to go drive home in God knows how long traffic. And then, to top it all off, I got friends coming over for dinner. Okay? I don't want to deal with that. What day is today? Why the fuck is my wife inviting people over for dinner on a fucking Wednesday? Okay? God damn it. We stopped that program 20 years ago. Okay? Bro, don't apologize. We show up for a reason. Thank you, Chris McGilvery. I built a house on McGilvery. I don't know if it's spelt the same way as your last name. Good stream? All right. Well, I guess everybody agrees it was a good stream, except for me. And I got to be honest with you. I generally, well, you know what? If I think a show is good, then generally it's not so good. And when I think it's bad, generally they're bad. I mean, good. So I guess, what did we learn here today, folks? Absolutely. Well, maybe we learned a couple of things. Maybe Canada isn't so fucked. Or maybe we're totally fucked. TK is turning into a bear. Well, I don't think he's turning into a bear. I don't think... Listen, we keep saying there's no bears and bulls. What am I? What am I? All I talk is about how scared and fucked up the market is and how I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. Am I a bear? What am I, guys? Am I a bull? Rose Overdice, what's going on? You're gone? I don't understand what's going on. Too many people were trying to watch. It slowed down the stream. What is going on here? His black eye was makeup. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Anyways, guys, I got to get in the car. I got to get going. I do apologize for such a frickin' horrible show. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back, D. Trent. Not the same without you. Dumb money. You can go watch the Steve Kerr show. Have a nice day. Thanks, Sheridan. Darryl, I'm just deleting this account. Okay. Are you coming back under a different account? Or is this au revoir? Bye, D. Trent. Have a good night, afternoon. Gotta do it. They're on to me. All right.